Greetings and salutations. Today we'll be talking about our last 3 sets of gamers. And then we'll probably move on into Game Masters, and then we'll actually get started with games. So the moment you've all been waiting for is almost on the way. So that being said, let's talk about our first gamer. So, this one is the player's significant other. And this comes about because you have a player who really likes the game, and he wants to get his girlfriend or boyfriend or her girlfriend, boyfriend involved. So they bring them along, and this can go one of two ways. Either they find that their significant other has no real interest in the game, but they keep bringing them, or their significant other has a great interest in the game, and they keep bringing them, one of course being better than the other. Though a lot of times the first few games are really awkward as they try to figure out what they're doing. So you have to be patient, you have to try and help them along so that way they can get a feel as to whether they actually like the game or not, just as with any new player. So, with that being said, it's just sort of, sometimes it takes a bit longer, and sometimes they end up showing up only because their significant other is showing up, and over time you just kind of have to deal with it. So, it's a necessary thing that happens, and you'll make it through. The next one is the always evil guy. And this is the person that no matter what they write on their character sheet, they are an evil sumbitch. They try to justify their actions by saying, oh, it's for the greater good, or this makes the most sense, or this is what my character would do, or any sort of other excuse that they might come up with. But really, they're just evil. And you're going to have to accept that. And it's really weird when this happens to a person that's genuinely nice. But a lot of times you can spot them ahead of time and you'll know that they're going to be evil regardless of what you do. And you make sure there are consequences for that sort of thing. But sometimes, just sometimes, it'll blindside you. Best way to deal with this is, like I said, to make sure that there are consequences for every action and you do not let them get away with it unless you absolutely have to. A lot of times it brings a special kind of flavor to the game, and it helps. These people will withhold information, they will do anything that gets them ahead above the rest of the players. And you have to make sure that that does not come across as a personal attack, because then you can have actual problems with your players. If it gets too big and you just can't handle it anymore, you may have to kick them out, but for the most part, usually it's small enough that you can deal with it. Our last segment is one of my favorites, is the actual full RP kid. And this person just loves the game. They are totally in character, they know what they're doing, and they are always willing to accept new players unless those players mess with their perceptions of game. And by that I mean unless they are constantly making game difficult for other players or making it difficult for their character. So a lot of times they're the best people to have because they always stay in character, they're always thinking on their feet, they're really good at the game. And there's no real negative to having them. They're some of the best players and also some of the best teachers because a lot of them have been playing for a long time. They understand when things don't go their way. They understand that it's okay to fail and that you just get up and you try again. So those are some extra people that you might see. Next week, like I said, we're going to be going over different types of game masters, and after that, we'll get started with our first game. Alright, thank you very much. Have a nice day.